Hi and welcome again. Today we are going to talk about how to protect yourself as a writer. So, how do you protect yourself? And who are you protecting yourself from? So, whatever you are doing here, remember you're not the only person who is providing the same services, and also, not all people are willing or are good with. Okay, so there are people out here who are going to take good advantage of you and of your work and your good heartedness, and they are going to take your work and make you miserable. So, how do you protect yourself even from bad clients and scammers, especially scammers? And how do you protect your work? That's what we are going to discuss today. And so, one of the best things, let me start off by saying this. When you are starting out, it is very easy to make some common mistakes, and these common mistakes they are synonymous with almost everybody who has started out. And these include not copyrighting your work, not having a contract, not having a terms of service document, or any sort of binding document. Okay, and not leveraging on the work. Your work is your leverage. If you lose that, you don't have any power even in any negotiation. And so, how do you protect yourself? And I have gone through very lengthy misfortunes here and there. I have made some losses, but very big losses according to me, because at one time I was kicked out of my apartment. Not a really, yeah. Maybe to you it is not an apartment, but it was some rental. Yeah, and it was not good. I have spent some days without food because I made some mistake. I did not protect myself. I got scammed, and I wish what I know now, I knew back then. And when I knew back, and when I knew how to do these things, my life became easier. I started to work less hours, and I could be able to afford my living, pay for my school fees, feed my boy, and my family never lacked something to eat. So let's go through these things. So the first thing that you are going to do is to make sure that you have a contract. I am going to link everything in the survival guide down below as the course content. Okay, course material. And if you lack any legal binding document, you must ensure that you are doomed. If you lack these things, you are doomed to constant scamming. First of all, in the contract, you must put the maximum number of revisions that you can do on an order. So what worked for me was do 2 to a maximum of 5, not even 5. It was 2 to 3, yes, 2 to 3 revisions within the first 48 hours. So after 48 hours window, there are no more revisions, and it is assumed that the work that was provided, that was submitted, was of the quality that was required. okay, that it met the thresholds, the quality thresholds of that work. Okay, make sure there are no more revisions after 48 hours and they do not exceed 3. This is to beat away and avoid those nagging clients who will subject you to unnecessary requirements or of revisions. Okay, and one thing you will notice is that nothing is good enough. Nothing is good enough for any person who is willing to pay, and so everybody wants more value for the money. Yeah, so, and you cannot be providing the perfect thing in this whole world. So at some point, even as you continue to grow, you will need to understand that you are not God, and so you cannot create a perfect product, but there are certain standards of quality that you need to include. And so these things, they are supposed to help you not to do unnecessary revisions, because the more you do revisions, the more you are denied you're denied time to work on other things. You are denied time to spend with your family. You are denied time to work on other projects that maybe they could have brought you more financial incentives. Okay, that is one. Second, you must state what is expected of you as a writer. So what does it mean? It means, one, you state what you will write or what you will work on and what will not work on. Because let's say you are like me, you are a consultant. Okay, so you are consulting on different areas of the business. So, and you know, if you are a consultant, you have managerial skills, and most of the things that you are doing, they are supposed to be on a management level. Okay, so these clients, most of these clients, they expect you, most of them, a good number of those that I have worked with, they expect to see you mostly doing their work. And at that point, it seems like some either micromanagement or micro-employment, where they have to man you, and they see as though they have right of, and you have to report to them. Now, that is where terms of service comes in. So you have to state, my work is to do the deliverables. Okay, and then apart from this is what is not expected of me. First of all, I'm not supposed to be clocking in. So I'm not supposed to be coming to your premise every time, or calling you every time, or reporting to you every time, unless it is deemed necessary. Okay, unless it is necessary or it is affecting the deliverables that we spoke about in the contract. So your work is to deliver, not to ensure, not to be giving the process. So you are the one who is supposed to know how to deliver. Okay, but they are going to obtain the deliverables. That is what they are paying for, not for the process. They're not paying for the process, they are paying for the solution. Okay, that is the second thing. The third thing, you have to ensure that whatever you are writing, your work remains yours until it is paid. Okay, until it is paid. Now, when it is paid, now that is when the rights are transferred from you to the client. And that way, if they do not pay you, they are not supposed to use your work. Okay, and that now protects you and your work, and they know that your work is valuable, and by doing that, you save yourself some trouble, and also it ensures that you get paid for what you have worked for. Because when they see now there are legal charges and there are legal consequences, most of them they are willing to work even though it will be your last engagement with them. But you are paid for your time, especially that is the only thing they pay you for. So, and the skills. So if even if they pay you for that one engagement, well and good, but do not stay there and get scammed over and over again in the name of you can make a good client. If a person is bad, is bad. I'm not a believer of people changing, and I believe that they change with a purpose, and when that motivation is over, they go back to factory settings. That is my own opinion and what I have observed in my life of 28 years so far. Sorry for that, but make sure you do that, okay? It is very good for you. Another thing that you are supposed to do is make sure you are paid in regular cycles. For example, all my clients pay either on 1st of every month or 15th of every month. If there is anything which is supposed to delay, it is supposed to be communicated earlier on. And the payment is not supposed to be delayed more than 24 hours. Okay? Yeah, so the lowest I can expect to be, okay, the latest I can expect to be paid, it is, if I'm supposed to be paid on 1st, 2nd, and if it is 15th, 16th, that is the latest. And anything later from that, now that is it brings an issue because they have to pay an interest. It depends on the terms, yes, but for me, to make sure that everything runs smoothly and everything has consequences, if there is any delays and it is not communicated, there is an increment of 5 to 10% of the invoiced amount. Okay. Now that is the second thing. The third thing on the payment is ensure that you are paid on milestone stroke project based. What does this mean? This means that you are not paid on an hourly rate. You're not an employee. You are a freelancer, content writer, and they are outsourcing the work to you. And so you are supposed to be paid by the project that you have delivered and not by the amount of work you will be doing per day. Okay? Make sure you are avoiding as much people or as many clients as possible who want to pay you on an hourly basis. Let them pay you on a project base. You are not a lawyer or another professional service that is billed hourly according to state laws. So if you are not that, then be paid on a project-based model. Are we together? Because with that, regardless of whether you will do the project in 1 day or 2 weeks, you will be paid as per that project and according to the time you deem possible or good for that project. Okay? Yes. So if you go there, if for example the project is on the deliverables of maybe 2 articles a week, then regardless of whether you'll be working on one article for 6 hours or 2 hours, the bottom line is you have delivered. Okay? Yes, and you're supposed to be paid for that. And nothing, there are no in buts in between. Okay? Also, that is necessary it, and protect yourself and ensure that when it comes to protecting your work, you do those things that I have told you. Another thing is mental health. So, one of the things that most of these people who are working from home, we have a problem of not working out, okay, because mostly we are stuck in a desk, and it is normal because the nature of our work ensures that we spend as much time on the screen as possible, either typing or researching. Okay, so we spend as little time as possible with our own body, making our own bodies active, and we end up having some health issues and mental breakdowns in form of frenzied inspiration, which I see as delusional thinking, and also writer's block, which forces you to procrastinate the work that you are supposed to do today. You do it tomorrow, and you have an imposter syndrome, which you have to battle it for a very long time. And if you do not have enough or healthy work-life balance, your work starts eating into family time, into other things, and when that happens, now the job now starts to own you and not you owning the job, and now that becomes another issue which you don't want yourself in. Okay, make sure always you have 2 hours in a day where you exercise your work. Now, for me, I don't have any weights here because it is not my domain. It is not my body type does not allow me to lift weights. And so what I do, either I do aerobics or take nature walks. But I like nature walks because I am surrounded by place. My place where I am surrounded with trees and forests, and so they have a lot of oxygen. Yes, so I prefer to take nature walks. 1 hour, 2 hours listening to some music, and then when I come back, I am more relaxed. I have taken some work off my desk, and then when I get back to work, and now I am more refreshed and more productive. Another thing that I want to touch on, which I will touch on in the another lesson, which will be to how to maximize your writing. That is, how are you supposed to maximize your writing so that you become more productive over the work period that you are the time block. Okay, and that is how you are supposed to ensure that you maintain those safety lines. And with that said, that is how you can protect yourself. Make sure you are taking good care of yourself, not only financially and in your intellectual property. Make sure that you have all those things. You have our terms of service, and then you have a contract. Okay, yes, and then from that the terms of service, they are supposed to be included. The elements are supposed to be included in the pitch or proposal, and then from there they will give the scope and what have you that we have discussed. Okay, and with that, let me see you in the next lesson, which we are going to talk about how to maximize your time as a writer and also as a group, so that you can be more productive over a long period of time and be good people, earn some more money. Don't be like me.